Well, hello. It's now June the 6th, and this is day 5 of the 90 Days Bible Challenge that I'm doing here on the channel. I'm actually a day late getting this because I was up a little bit too late last night and couldn't quite get it all finished and wrapped up, but here I am this morning and I'm ready to do it. We went through Exodus chapters 1 through 15, and this is the story of Moses and all that he was able to do, where he was sent down in the basket by his mother to save his life. When the Egyptians were there to try and kill all the male children, and then his sister followed him down the river to where he ended up with the princess of Egypt, and they were actually able to take care of him for the princess. So that was kind of a big bonus, because the whole time Moses knew his heritage, knew his family, and that he was an Israeli. He was from the Israelites. So he knew the whole time. So when the Egyptians started beating down on the Israelites and he killed him, that was basically why, because he knew that they were family, and he obviously got really mad, and that's when he ran away the first time. And let's see, so that's when he basically runs off, and he saves the 7 daughters of, don't know his name, sorry about that again. He saves the 7 daughters of the guy he meets out in the wilderness, and he is given his wife, one of those daughters, I guess the first one of those, and the whole time he sets up his life outside in the wilderness, and eventually he comes to some burning brush, and God's voice comes up and says, "I want you to go get my people out of Israel." And this is one of the most well-known stories in all the Bible. It's the story of the Israelites coming out of Egypt by Moses, and they made bunches of movies and stuff about this one. So this one's not exactly very different. I mean, there are some things he always knew who he was, and my arm's getting tired. He always knew who he was, and there's all, of course, a bunch of details that were left out, and some of those things. So let's see. Because he's not a very good public speaker, God obviously knew what he was doing. He sent his brothers. So they go back to Egypt, and they go to Pharaoh and they say, "Let my people go." And of course he doesn't, as the story goes, and and every time he asks, I believe it's 10 times, and every time Pharaoh says no, and there are the 10 problems, and it wasn't or the 10 things that God sent, and it wasn't until he killed all the firstborn that Pharaoh really realized that how bad of a situation it was, and that he had to let them go. And so basically they made them leave from then on. They pushed them out. They were like, "Hey, you have to get out of here." They helped them get out of there, and then when they did finally get away, he thought, "Hey, why did we let him go?" And so so he goes after them again, and they get drowned in the river because the Israelites go across the river, and as the Egyptians run after them, they get engulfed by the waters. And so now where I'm at in chapter 15, that's where they get to a reservoir, a spring, and some palm trees. And so yeah, that's basically where I am now. They're just out in the wilderness on their way, just following God's plan so far. And the 10 Commandments have not been made yet. So yeah, that'll be the thing I read tonight, and hopefully I can get up today. So see you guys later. I'm an alien youth. My name is Jordan. God bless.